go.
YouTube, it's Brad Phillips. We are gonna make this guy jump from a helicopter against his will. It's gonna be awesome, okay? So watch this. He moves his arms. I made a different release mechanism on mine so that it releases when it drops out of this drop mechanism. And I'm just gonna take off and let this thing fly it right up to the aerospace, okay? So we use some zip ties. We'll show you that in our unbox build radio setup. But for now, we're just waiting for GPS lock. All right, so we're gonna arm this now. Sticks down and out. Okay, we got a flashing green. We're in GPS. Hopefully it's not gonna whack into the guy. Now we give ourselves just enough length to clear all that with his arms, okay? So we've enlisted a little bit of help on this. Okay, I wanna get in the air as soon as possible, but that is going right from the center of gravity. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it looks like we lost part of the chute there, but it's okay, we'll still do this. So guys, this guy is either gonna have a quick demise, it's gonna tangle terribly, or it's gonna be awesome. I'm kind of leaning toward, it's probably gonna be some combination of multiples of whatever, okay? Remember, this is a GPS heli drone. If you don't have a GPS heli drone, there are other ways to do it. But I can tell you this right now, this is pretty dang easy, okay? So, camera crew is gonna go back toward the house so that she has a better shot of it, all the way back. Okay, back here. Just keep going, long ways. Guys, we're just gaining altitude. Okay, that's probably good enough. So now listen, everybody. I programmed channel 6 is on this button. When I press that, he's gonna drop, and then I'm gonna move these sticks to control his arms like this, okay? So I'm gonna have you do this, pay attention. Okay. Hold this like you're flying it. You're not flying it, just press the button when I tell you. On the count of 3, press the button, 1, 2, 3. Oh yes! Oh yeah, baby! It actually worked, I can't believe it. Okay, so as you can see, it's flying. I am sort of pseudo-controlling it, as you can see, just moving the sticks. You see his arms moving? Amazing, that is so dang cool. Oh yes! And there it is, and he has a concussion. Now, just so you know, Paul says to go to 900 feet. I don't know if the FAA would like that. Please hold. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just go home. We're just gonna let it come home. Except, you know what? I'm actually gonna fly it. You know why? Because I don't want it to get to swinging too bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna lower it myself. Guys, hey, you don't need to film straight up. Look, I'm just gonna show them this. See this? Just stick all the way down. It's so easy with these FlyWings. It just goes quicker if I do it this way, okay? So now I want to show you how I'm going to land this, okay? It's very critical. Of course. So here we go. So I'm going to walk over here. I've arrested my downward motion. I want you guys to see how I do this. So I'm just going to fly, drag my release mechanism right onto the concrete, and then I'm going to go forward slightly, and then just down you go, and then stop. Just as simple as that. Now, admittedly, there's a lot of moving parts that make that happen, but at the end of the day, it actually worked. And yes, that was awesome.
That's okay, cool.
So let's look at the parachuter. Junior camera crew, thank you. Okay, so we can see Paul made this beautiful actual parachute. And yes, the arms do move. Yes, there is a helmet. Yes, we did crash. And yes, he did have a fall from about whatever feet that was. And we did film it. So you guys get to watch it, and he didn't break at all.
Nope.
We couldn't believe it, and it was a loud thud. It wasn't just a thud, it was a loud thud. But as you can see, these things are the brakes, and as you move the arms, go ahead and lay that one on the ground, and then use the other one. Camera Crew Junior is gonna help. See how that works? And he opens up, and there's a battery inside of there. And there is a release mechanism that is a key that just slides out and pops this open. Now, we found it to not work real great from his hand. You'll notice he has nothing here, but he has something here and here. That is normally how you release this mechanism. We didn't find it to work great on our first attempt. Admittedly, it was just one. But this thing is really cool, and it definitely does actually work. So it's really fun. But I will tell you this. I feel like there's a little bit of refinement that you could do. And we have a very calm evening. It's been windy, 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 and windier. But the guy looks awesome. He actually works. He's got some servo cables. Looks like he might be going to, you know, some third world country to take care of himself. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. Say that. Sorry. Yeah. I'll just save that thought for another video.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this thing is super cool. So Paul's mini parachutes.
Yep.
You should check it out. We have links in the video description below. Of course, these things, anytime we have an opportunity to do weird RC stuff, we get excited, okay? Now, is this gonna be everything to everybody? I don't know, because they are pretty expensive. The guy's in France, he does all this stuff. He's really skilled, and this stuff takes some legit skill to put together.
Yep,
okay?
It's all handmade.
This is like silk, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's, it's really soft. Yeah, it's really soft.
I'm pretty sure it might be silk. I don't know. It might just be Paramoto stuff too.
It's really nice though. It's really soft.
All I got to say is that was super fun.
That was cool.
But it was also incredibly impractical. Okay? So if you're doing this to be a practical person, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
So is building an aerodrome on your property.
Well, there's that detail. So at the end of the day, I think it's awesome. It actually does what it says it's going to do. And yes, it did survive a straight up fall from that same point. And we will share that next before you can enjoy our unbox. Are we gonna show that at the end?
No, we'll probably show it next and then the unbox after that. We'll probably clip out all of our talking because we explained the same things. It just didn't work that time.
Really cool. Paul's mini parachutes. Yes, this would be a lot more fun if you had more altitude. But there are altitude restrictions here, so just remember, this is not capable of sustained flight. So this might not be subject to the rule because it's not capable of sustained flight, period. I don't care what the FAA says. This is not capable of sustained flight.
No.
That is.
Yes.
So, catch-22, if you want to call it that, because at the end of the day, you got to get the thing to the place so you can deploy the thing from the place. So unless you're doing it magically, you pretty much have to have a vehicle capable of sustained flight.
Really hard.
Unless it's a rocket. And I don't know. I think this guy would be cool to watch from a rocket.
That would be cool too.
But the other thing too is you got to remember 900 feet up is a long ways up. I don't know if I could see this from that high up. So those guys that got really good eyes, maybe you could see that. I'm sure you could see it from a ways. It's pretty big. I mean, look at the size of the
It's like 37 inches is the like wingspan. Is that what you call it?
Yeah. Parachute span?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it is technically a wing still.
Yeah.
But that all being understood, I still feel like there's a little bit of room for improvement with regard to the amount of authority over the controls, okay? So does it work? Yes. Does it take half a day to set up? Yes, because you have to set up a deployment vehicle to do this. You can't just whip out your EC 1500 and drop it out the back. Although you might be able to, I think he's too big. I don't think he's gonna fall out very good.
Right, probably not.
So you could strap him onto the wing of another plane and you'd be fine. But don't expect to pop this out of the package and be using it the same afternoon without putting a little time and effort into it. So also keep in mind, we did have some issues. We'll show all of them in the unbox build radio setup. Namely, I killed a servo by overdriving it with my radio system to 120% both ways, thinking I would have a more definitive release on that release mechanism, which he also sells, just like he sells these guys. So you could buy like 4 of these and just have one release launch mechanism, okay? So you don't get a launch mechanism with the guy. You have to buy that separate.
Yep.
Is it awesome? Yes. Is it practical? Absolutely not. Is it still worth it? I think it is. But I'm also, you know, obsessive with this stuff. So it's really cool. It's really fun. And it's also kind of challenging to film. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of people involved in this one. More moving parts than average. So thanks guys for helping. And it is really cool. So now we got to try to reset this and do it again. So we will show you how to fold the parachute. And don't mind that that popped out. That was super easy to get resolved. We've had it sitting waiting for weather. So if we would have just packed it and went up, I think it would have been fine. Okay, so the geese say the video's over. Stay tuned. We're going to show our epic failure either next or at the end of the unbox, one way or the other. Check it out. Watch the video. If you want to support Brian Phillips RC and this guy, Paul, then you can look directly in the links of the video description below. You can buy one for yourself. And other ways to support us would be through Patreon, PayPal, YouTube members, And then, of course, what's the last one?
Super thanks. YouTube thanks. Super thanks.
I put those all out of order.
You did.
They're all appreciated, but at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is support these guys that are making the hobby possible. Support those guys that are making the hobby possible. We need helicopters, quads, VTOLs, helicopters, airplanes. I already said helicopters twice. We need airplanes, all that stuff. If everybody stops making them because it's hard, then we won't have them to fly, okay? So we really want to propagate this hobby. And if nobody wants to fly them, they aren't going to make them. So remember, get somebody involved, get your buddy, pull them down to the field, show them something like this, tell them how easy it was and how much it didn't cost. So they know the truth, kind of. Well, I mean, you can tell him, just don't tell his wife. Awesome, super fun. But at the end of the day, it is definitely going to be a little bit more time commitment than you might have expected. All right, that's all we got for you. Unbox next. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, guys. YouTube, Brian Phillips. We're gonna open a new box today. This one comes from a different place, not China.
No.
And I put a new blade, so I gotta be careful not to cut myself today.
Okay, don't do that.
So this comes to us from France.
Mm-hmm. Bordeaux.
So we're gonna see if it's any good.
Maybe it's wine.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed is there is a hot RC radio.
Okay.
So this thing comes as a ready to fly, kind of downhill object. And look, it's a Skydiver, micro RC Skydiver with parachute.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. And so the guy like hand makes these things. So we are excited to see if it works, but also we love helping out smaller RC manufacturers with cool products like this, unless they're birds, because our cats love eating those things.
Yes, right.
Okay, so we're gonna see if this is any good. Now, admittedly, this is gonna be a combination video between Skydivers and whatever delivery mechanism. I don't know if we're gonna use this like the most expensive helicopter we have. I've been playing a lot with it, but it might, I don't know how heavy this is gonna be. So I'm not sure if a regular, like the BL-105, if we're gonna bring up a Huey, or if we're gonna try to put it in a larger plane that can handle the weight of this. But here's the idea. This is radio controlled, and that is radio controlled. And so if you don't have a second co-pilot to actually fly up and continue to just loiter while you do your flight, which, I mean, you could do it with a drone, or you could do it with a heli drone, or you could do it with just an airplane that you have somebody else flying, or you could set up a loiter system with safe and, put a little bit of angle in it and just let it go in a circle, which we have done before. We're gonna go through all those steps here because it's gonna be part of this product for Brian Phillips RC. Now, why do we do that? Because we don't leave people high and dry. We show from unbox to flying, and we show it all in one big go when it's a product like this. So this video will be, you guys have already seen the flight and whether or not it worked. So we're gonna see. I'm a little bit nervous. This could be more involved than I wanted, but let's show you the specs real quick before we open this. And camera crew is gonna point that while I just cut the tape on the other box. Actually, I'll open the radio system while you guys do that. We'll just slide this out. Now, like I said, this does come as a ready to fly, which means that all you have to do is unpack the thing, and hopefully there's not tons of assembly, but he does hand make the parachutes. I believe you can get special type parachutes.
Yep.
So if you want to get one that's printed with your logo or something like that, then you can work with the guy and he will make them, which is pretty cool. So we've got links down below, and you will help support Brian Phillips RC simultaneously, which is pretty cool. So we always like that when that works out. It comes with a hair tie.
Sweet, I need one of those.
As well as, I'm pretty sure that's not a hair tie, as well as the sticks. Okay, so you gotta put the sticks in yourself, and I'm just gonna do that real quick. I think the rubber band will come in hand later. Okay, so this is just a one-piece stick. So just kind of thread that in there, pretty simple stuff. Now, I have no idea if this is just like a real economy piece of junk transmitter, or if it's something that's pretty high quality in France. I'm not sure what the deal is. I probably don't want to dig too deep because I'm not 100% sure what the rules are with the radio frequencies and all that stuff. Let's just go with it's fine, okay?
Yeah.
This is not capable of sustained flight, okay? So this falls outside of the drone rules as far as I understand. And I'm not trying to skirt the issue, but I mean, you're not gonna have to put a remote ID in this because it is not, by definition, capable of sustained flight, okay? So what's the definition of a drone? unmanned aerial drone, it has to be capable, one of the main components is capable of sustained flight. That's why sailplanes can sometimes break outside of the rules, but sailplanes can thermal. So I guess it's a stupid rule in the first place. Nobody's gonna know any better. So just be careful, do your due diligence. If you got a Karen watching you, you might need to behave a little bit different. But for us, I don't know if this comes out. I wanna see if it does. It looks like it does.
Looks like it might.
Yeah, it looks like, oh, there's a screw.
Oh, okay.
Phillips screw. And then there's, looks like a micro, like a Hextronics 2S connector. I could be mistaken. I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna put in 4 AA's, okay?
Okay.
So we need 4 AA's. We're gonna keep that rubber band because I assume that's for a reason because it's in this little case like that. And then that's all that's in the box. Okay, so we're gonna see if Paul set us up right. We might pause and grab AA's and come right back. Okay, so there is a 2S 2.54 terminal interface reserved in the remote control, which can directly use a 2S lithium battery. So I did just verify that. And it looks like these are sold. I'm not sure, it looks like that's Chinese. So we'll just kind of hold that tight and just do a slow scan. If you guys need to pause it, we don't know what you're gonna need, but just in case, make sure you don't cover it with your fingernails there, Cam Crew. And then if you guys are pausing it and reading, that's totally fine. We understand we're not big on reading manuals. We wanna kind of be the manual for the average Joe. So we're gonna put these batteries in flat side toward the spring. These are specially manufactured total garbage batteries that come from Harbor Freight Tools. I have now replaced the batteries in that Cobra. I've been flying it for 2 weeks. This is my 3rd set.
In the transmitter, yeah, for that.
Because they are that low a quality. And by the way, I think that we need to petition the battery manufacturers to print how many milliamp hours we expect to get.
Right.
Because then you could say, hey, this Duracell that costs 14 times as much as this really awesome high quality Harbor Freight version, you could justify that higher cost. But again, I'm not the one that makes these decisions. But it would be nice since our lithium polymer packs do mention that. They're rechargeables too. Okay, so here it is. Got some power on. Super huge screen right here. Definitely not touch screen. Pretty simple stuff. Basic operation. Looks like we got trimmers here. Trimmers, trimmers, trimmers. Pretty cool. Channel 6, up, down. Channel 5, 3 position. 2 position for channel 6. Throttle up. Got some detents in there so you can feel left, right. And then there is a status indicator of power. Very small lights for you to pass through and see. So I'm not sure.
Oh, which angle?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Okay.
So if you look at this, I would say there's also a DSC, which I assume is a 3.5 millimeter plug for some sort of a connection to program this thing or some such thing. I don't know. I don't care. What I want to do is this. But because this is a package deal and you guys are going to get it all at once, I want to make sure you understand what's going on. Now, you may also be able to get it without the receiver, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna just go with, I don't know. Micro RC Skydiver instructional manual. So it's a 1/8 scale with parachute, okay? So you must have different sizes, which is pretty cool. So it looks like he's got the PMP and stickers that are included. And then he's got some different stuff here. Of course, we're going to be putting a link in the video description below. And so you can follow that link. Of course, this is from Paul is the guy's name, so Paul Mini Parachutes. So pretty cool. We'll put these to the side here. I see there's a helmet in here, so that's safety is optional. That French safety. It's pretty sweet, actually.
That's cool.
This is really cool. It's got like a snap and everything. Okay, so I don't know how that, oh, it just pulls out. Yeah, you just kind of pull it out. And it's got that little 2-finger solution there.
Okay.
And then you can make an ornament out of it too, which is, actually, I bet that's where he got these.
I
bet
wonder.
These were ornaments. So I'm always curious, these people that do crazy things like building airports in their yards and make skydivers professionally.
What do you...
How people ended up in that strange circumstance. I don't know what this rubber is for yet, but we will find out. I promise not to leave you guys hanging on this because this is kind of a unique thing. This is honestly more of a curiosity thing than anything because I've actually been quite looking forward to it. And so as you can see, this is the parachuter. Okay. And there are some additional parts. He's wrapped up in the parachute. And there's a charger that goes to what looks like micro 1. This is a weird type of connector. We have this sometimes on like our excavators and stuff. And it looks like this is a charger that's going to give you 4.8 volts at 250 milliamps. Weird. So the input is 5 volts and the output is 4.8 volts. So that is because it's charging a 1S pack. Okay, interesting. Kind of a little bit strange output. Not that it really matters. Okay, remember we're dealing with international overseas sales.
Yep.
Not unlike coming from China, except this is coming from another.
Well, France is probably slightly different
than
China.
Different environment.
Yes.
Trying to be careful and choose my words carefully so I don't say something wrong. Okay.
I don't know, I think we should go visit him and
that'd be a good idea. Yes, just see.
We should have gone and picked it up. That would have been better.
Personally,
yes.
picked it up.
I think we should have
It's like when you buy a Lamborghini or whatever, Ferrari, or
you have to go pick it up.
You can pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
But it's the same cost.
Right.
Even though you like save them, $100,000.
Yes.
I don't think it's quite that much to ship a car.
Who knows?
I'll let you guys know when I get my first Ferrari.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Right.
Okay, so far so good. Packed really well. I mean, if these are handmade, then I'm assuming the guy probably really cares about the product, and it probably breaks his heart to send one out the door every time. Oh, I can see arms now. I can see shoes.
Oh, feet. Okay.
Oh, I feel like an investigator in a murder investigation. Oh, look, that is so dang cool.
That is awesome.
He's like really detailed. It's got a little anemic in the legs. Oh, it's just packed between his legs so that it doesn't damage. Oh, okay. So that's how you pack the chute. Okay, sweet. It looks like it's packed. I don't want to unpack this just quite yet. And then of course, he's got the strings screwed into his hand. And then there's a pole. See this pole?
Oh.
So that's 3D printed. I would like to see that metal because I'm a little nervous if it were to break. And then we've got this, must be the Velcro. I'm not sure if that Velcro, exactly how this works. Let's just go with, I don't even want to unpack it. I just want to like put it in the thing right away. The instructions might tell you how to pack it though. We might actually have to read the instructions on this one, but I can tell what's going to happen is that this is going to go down on top of everything, just like this. See these rivets? Mm-hmm. They're going to align, okay? And ultimately, I don't know which direction that goes yet. We'll figure it out. But that's going to pull out, and then it's going to allow everything to spring open.
Open up. Okay.
So I don't know if maybe, this must go on the bottom, I bet. And then you feed
it through.
Feed it through so that the different sides can be kept maintained shut. And then upon release of the pin, and I'm assuming that there's probably a more proper order than what I did, but you can see kind of how this is going to happen. That thing pulls through, then you've got the armature, and I'm assuming at some point there'll be enough pressure in there and his arm will go whoop, and it's gonna pull it open. Cool. But then, okay, so I guess I'm not gonna be able to resist. I'll have to inflate the chute. I gotta get all this crap out of the way first. Let's put this back in the box. Camera crew, you wanna start going peruse the manual with people? Yes. I'm assuming the manual is going to tell us exactly how to pack it. So there's two manuals, because there's the manual for the parachuter, and then this is the drop box system, which is what's in that bag we haven't even opened yet. Oh, the drop box system. Okay. So that must be the thing that actually drops the parachuter. Replacement parts. He does have an instruction video for ready to fly or for ARF. So yes, you can get it as an ARF. Yeah. Okay, now, hey, hold on. I want to show them this, the helmet. So first of all, this guy is like super detailed. So I kind of hate to like cover his face up, but let's see what it looks like when we put his helmet on. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not so sure I like the hangy thing because I feel like it's going to cover up too much of his head. I think he should be like more of a warrior, like death-defying warrior. I think we're going to leave the helmet off. No helmet? Yeah. I mean, we all know you're big on helmets. Yeah. I can't smell anything though. If you guys don't get the joke, never mind. Okay, it does have instructions for how to pack the parachute. Thank you.
How to pack it. Before your first jump, you must check the parachute deploys correctly when you pull the right arm fully down. The closing pin must fall and open the container. If the pin doesn't release correctly and the parachute remains closed, shorten a little bit of the closing line by unscrewing the right hand screw and adjusting the line length. Then screw it back and try again. If you're not able to reach the closing loop and close your container during parachute packaging, extend the closing line. Okay.
While you've been doing that, I've been assembling this.
Okay.
Just to see how it fits together, because I'm assuming that the vast majority of us are not going to have any sort of a system for launching, you know, the guy.
Right.
So my only concern is it looks like you're going to be dependent on servo control from the aircraft if you go this route. So yeah, it looks like you're going to have to, oh, it's not cut out? Oh, you just glue it on there. You just strap it on.
Okay.
Does it say? How to drop it?
If you use the Dropbox system that I provide, attach the Dropbox under your RC plane, helicopter, or drone and connect its release servo to your whatever you're using. Use the black strap to hold the Skydiver in the box. Slide the tip of the strap through the micro servo rod and move the rod upward to lock it in. To release, simply move the servo down with your transmitter, and this will cause the black strap to slide out and your Skydiver will fall down.
Okay. Yeah, there's some screw holes over here where this would be adapted in.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm not sure exactly. I wish he had a close-up shot of that. Does he have a close-up shot?
This?
No, of how the strap is supposed to. Because look, he's got a loop on the end here. See this loop? Mm-hmm. That is supposed to go through the servo arm, I'm assuming. And then this washer is going to displace.
Well, we have a second manual.
Just hold on. Look. See, this is going to go in like that, almost certainly, right?
Here.
Ah, yes.
There is. It's in this other manual. Are you doing it right?
Oh, it's supposed to be on the outside.
Yes.
He's putting it on the outside. Okay, yep. So it's supposed to go out here, not on the inside like I had it. Okay, so I think by rights that, you know, this guy sent it to us, so we got to try it. So let's go ahead and assemble it right now, because it's going to take like 2 minutes to assemble. This is what we do on Brian Phillips RC. We try to show the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And the reason that we do that is because so many of these RC manufacturers, usually not the guys that like make parachuters directly like this, are pretty much out there to sell whatever they got, okay? He wants to sell them, no doubt, but obviously you're passionate about something to do a project like this. So we're gonna try to help facilitate, okay? So we'll get this screwed in here, very good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this together. We're just gonna use CA. I don't think I wanna use China glue. For once, I'm gonna use CA.
Okay.
I don't know what he's showing in there for his glue.
He says wood glue. Yeah.
I'm just gonna use CA. CA will be fine for this.
Okay.
Because really all we need to do is very well cut, looks like laser cut parts, very, very nice fitment. I mean, shoot, it's like you barely even need the glue.
Yeah, right.
But I'm still gonna glue it anyway. And then once this stuff is all glued, then of course the servo is gonna go on the outside. This strap will go around and then you'll release it, okay? Okay. So let's get the CA and we'll be right back. All right, so just run-of-the-mill CA, nothing special. This is gap filling medium CA. And I'm just gonna get, any guesses on what I need to do?
I'm sure it's clogged because we used it once.
So guys, I'm gonna take this time to just remind you, keep your tip clean.
I'm doing a very good job.
Don't bait me.
It's just stating a observation.
So here on Brian Phillips RC, we always keep it family friendly and PG-13. It just depends on the day and how the camera crew is feeling.
Not my fault.
It is too
No,
your fault.
not.
Are you kidding? Always set me up for these circumstances.
Harmless.
Little kicker. My butt. Okay, so I've already got CA on this one here. I don't know why I decided that would be smart to do that first. But I'm gonna glue both surfaces. That surface there surface, surface, surface. I already have a little bit there. And then just remember, guys, just only glue the surface it's going to touch is usually the rule of thumb. You want to keep your tip clean also, which we already addressed before the camera crew tried to distract me.
Wait, your logo is going in upside down. Is that correct?
I don't know what you're worried about.
Okay.
The pimp logo. Yeah, I did kind of screw that up. I'm sorry. PMP. PMP. What does that stand for?
Paul Mini Parachute.
Mini Parachute. Okay, not.
There's no vowel in that. It's not a word.
Yes, that's true. Okay, got it good. Got it good. All right, here it is. So now that that's glued together, I mean, this is CA, so it's going to be set up like near instantly. What I need to do is I need to glue all the surfaces that are going to touch here. So this seam, this seam, this seam, this seam, is this seam. Okay.
You should really tell them which surfaces to glue.
Well, those ones. And then I need to glue this one, this one. It's all the reliefed points, okay? So the lower points, okay? And as usual, I put a strap of fabric on first. I always do.
To make it extra
To make
easy.
it extra, yes, easy. That's one way
Your
of
middle name.
looking at it. Thank you. And I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you. Thank you. So just a little kicker, 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 kicker. So here on Brian Phillips RC, we like to do projects that will help support the hobby, especially when it's a smaller brand. It's kind of, we always love to be able to help out a fellow RC enthusiast. It doesn't always have to be some big corporate type, although the corporate types do tend to sell a little bit more. We are always excited to see some of these things that are a little harder to make financially viable, where there's somebody that just has a true passion for it. And so this is obviously one of those arenas. So thanks, Paul, for trusting us to not make fun of your name at all in the first 20 minutes of the video.
It's been 21 minutes. You're good.
See, I told you 20 minutes. All right, just leave it in the comments, Paul, if you're upset about that, and we will know for the next time. Okay, held. Okay, so this is the launching mechanism that would then mount to, you know, whatever plane or helicopter or whatever it is you're going to use. And yeah, I think you could make that go out if you wanted. You can make this go out if you wanted. You know, doesn't really matter in my opinion because it's going to work either direction. The idea is you just take this servo, and it looks like we've got just a little plastic gear servo, nothing super fancy there. And he's wanted to be mounted this way, but outside, you know, so you got room for your payload. And camera crew, tell us about loads.
What?
While I'm doing this, the payload.
I mean, you don't want it to be too big because then it makes it kind of awkward.
The payload?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You need to make sure that the payload is properly packed as well. It's kind of interesting that he has it put this down here. Seems like, you know, if you did it that way, then you would have the linkage, you know, you'd have the servo, the control going down, which seems like...
Well, do you want to verify?
It seems like it should go this way, but he's got it going that way.
But see, there it looks like the control arm is down.
Out. No, he's got it like this, and he's got the control arm going out, like up.
Okay.
Then you slide it on from the upward position, and it just lets go.
Oh.
I was thinking if you did it this way, you could have it going like on the bottom of the plane, you could go up, and then you could slide it around, and there'd be, you know, more retention. The problem is it may not let go. Depends on how far the throw is. In fact, that kind of leads me to my next concern.
Okay.
And that is, how much throw do we need to actually make this work? So we're gonna get out the XBC battery checker. The XBC 100 battery checker.
Smart checker.
This is a smart checker. It's not the dumb one. You don't want to use the dumb one for this test.
No.
You might get bad results. Okay, so negative is silk screened away from me, so brown is out. Okay. And then what's going to happen, just stay. Click this button. Go to servo test. Oh, thanks for beeping, don't you know? Right there. I'll just do the middle section, the middle setting. Okay, and I think on this one, we're probably gonna go with this control arm.
Yes.
But you could use any of the three, you just have to cut off the end that...
Well, he says to use that one.
No, I know, I'm just saying, this is really complicated rocket science stuff. Double click. So now you can see the sweep. And what I'm getting at is the pulse width modulation will tell it to be in a certain position. See what I'm saying? So if you wanted to mount it the other direction, then that would maybe not be necessarily so good unless you were going to cut a hole and set it through. But then it's going to get in the way of the parachuter. So we'll just do it the way he designed it and clearly put effort into.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just a little spritz of sticky stuff right there. A little sticky stuff. Now there's a label right on there. You see that label? Mm-hmm. Probably the best thing to do would be to take that off. So I'm just gonna glue right over it. Oops, I didn't line up very good. See, I'm not exactly lined up. It's definitely not gonna work well.
Way to go.
So when the parachuters die, lawyers, we did everything we could.
That like just happened. Maybe we
What?
should have been more.
What? Oh, a parachuter just died?
Yeah.
Really?
A trainer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I'm sorry. I got to be careful what I make fun of. In case somebody just died.
It's like a weird freak accident.
What? A trainer?
In a tandem, he got separated. They like got stuck to the plane. I don't know. I haven't heard all the details, but it was the trainer that died. The
terrible.
other guy didn't. He got stuck in a tree. The emergency chute deployed, and the other guy like was fine.
You mean like the rider?
Yeah.
So the trainer died? Mm-hmm. The heck?
Like a super duper experienced like.
Knew how to do the things?
Yeah. Not like his first day tandem jumping.
Well, how bad would you feel if you were the guy tandeming? That would be a bummer. So all I'm doing is just putting just drips around it. I want to be careful I don't get into the moving parts, so just right there. This is like super overkill, just so you guys know.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I'm just building up edges.
I said the load shouldn't be too big or it makes it awkward.
Okie dokie. So I'm just going to put some more right here. So yeah, Paul made a kind of an interesting little device for deployment here. Now, of course, you wouldn't have to utilize this if you didn't want to. You could just come up with some other creative way. And a lot of planes have creative things you could do, like maybe tie it to an aileron servo or something like that, and just don't use the ailerons, just do a 3-channel flight on the way up, or don't use the rudder, but the rudder's a little bit more primary in my opinion. Or you could do retracts. You could have it held on by a retract.
Oh.
And you could, you tend to have retracts down when you're taking off.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, there's the movement. Okay. So I'm assuming what's going to happen is we're going to, really what I would like to do is I would like to figure out where so that's the minimum position. So what I would probably do if it was up to me is I would make it go, like straight down. Like that, and then see if we have enough throw. We're gonna just test this, put a little bit of pressure on this, and then see what happens when we go to the full bore. See, not enough.
Well, he shows the, like...
I know. I'm just saying. I just want to show that he already engineered all these details. So, yeah, so he's saying, like, at the minimum setting. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you slide over, and then as you can see, right there, see? And then, boop. Okay?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's built except for this screw that we need to use. And there are 3 screws in here. You can see there's one like smaller machine-ish type screw and then 2 wood screws. Of course, the wood screws would be for mounting the servo into servo mount blocks, but we don't have servo blocks. We're just gluing it together. And we'll just see how this goes. So put this in there up. Keep your tip clean, guys. See, you wonder why your tip is always dirty, Brian.
You're just leaving it out there.
Just leave the sticky stuff right on there. Got to get that stuff cleaned out. Whoa, whoa, watch that. You see that? Here comes the glue. Here comes. Whoop.
Well, no wonder your tip is always dirty.
Well, I got to suck it back in. I don't want to waste
I don't
any.
think that's the way it works. Really?
It's like the snot sucker from like a baby. Seriously. See that? There's crap at the tip.
I know, I can hear it.
It's terrible. I hate that sound. I want to get that out of there. Come on. Right there. Now, what would be smart is if I just stuck that in there and that became the tip cleaning agent.
Yeah, but won't it just leave it in? Won't it just get stuck in there?
Yeah, but then you can just jank it out.
Oh.
Which is the whole point, right?
Is that glue?
Nope. It's spit. That will definitely get dirty.
Okay. I believe
Guaranteed.
you. I believe you.
Guaranteed failure.
Yes.
All right, guys. So now that we have trained you on how to keep your tip clean, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the screw in that we were just talking about mere seconds ago with this 3mm drive screwdriver. Just take my finger and secure that. And then just come at it from this angle and just let her rip. Okay, so pretty cool. Very nice. Then once this is all the way in, then this can be our deployment system to actually dump the diver. Okay, so we're going to test again. So we'll do the sweep. Okay, so now I'm going to test it.
Why are you putting so much resistance on it?
Well, I just wanted to see how it was going to go. There it is. I wonder if maybe I need to go just a one step more.
One spline position more?
Because I feel like maybe it needs to be just a hair further toward deployment. Because I don't think the retention is going to be a big deal. I think deployment's going to be kind of a big deal at that spot. So we'll go one spline position like it's going to drop. Okay. That should give us a little bit better drop.
Okay.
And you guys might want to play with yours a little bit. I mean, it's always a good idea to play with it once in a while. Just make sure things are working before you try to send it. There it is. All right. Double click. Put the sweep on. Didn't get the sweep that time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to definitely.
Okay.
That feels like it's going to work. And if it doesn't, we'll go one more spline position.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so the last thing we need to do is we need to figure out, we'll get our glue put away, get our tools put away, and then we'll come right back. All right, so Paul suggests filing the screw tip, so I'm too lazy to do that crap. So what I'm going to do is this instead.
Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, Paul. Too lazy. You have to find a less lazy influencer.
It's been like 14 seconds. What have you been doing over there with your tip?
Tip is dirty.
Jeez.
So now that I have my tip unclogged, boop, boop.
That's not going to make it not sharp.
Yes, it will. You have to do the build-up method, cam crew.
That's a lot of glue.
No, it's not. That's like one drip. It was like one tiny, teensy bit.
Is teensy a word?
I
Did
don't
we
know.
just make that up?
No, that's our son's word. Come from this side. Let it work. Okay. Then come at it again. Oh yeah, don't you know? Don't stick that dirty tip on there, except I have to. Goodness gracious, tip's dirty again.
I almost missed your tip.
Goodness gracious, camera crew. You're insatiable today.
You didn't tell me to start.
You guys see what's happening to my drip pattern?
I hope you don't need to take that screw out.
It doesn't matter. I'll be able to pull the screw out like immediately. Look, boom, now on top. You guys see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Camera crew, do you want to take anything back that you said that was wrong?
I told you that that's what you should do. It's just good that you listened to me.
Just full of crap. Boop. 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 So now, basically what I've done is I've made this blob of glue. Now, some of you might think, why didn't you just file
the
it?
thing.
Because I had my reasons, okay? I don't have a file right next to me. And I finally got my tip working.
Like the one thing we don't have in the kitchen. It's a file.
Well, actually we do. It's just not called a file. It'd be more like, you know, you would use it for
Lemon zest.
Oh, lemon zest.
You're not using my microplane grater for your
What are you
screw.
saying? I can't use the thing I bought?
No, not for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Words to live by. Or die by. Stay. All right, I was gonna put a sticker on here, but the sticker didn't quite work for what I was gonna do. Did you see the sticker?
What? Oh, you were gonna put it, where were you gonna put it?
Hey, look, now I got this tip all clean.
Sure you do.
I do. I really do. Seriously. So guys, if you decide to file your tip, we can still be friends, but I'm just gonna say it's a huge waste of time. Obviously. All right, so check this out. Lick the finger,
Gross.
touch the glue. It's hot. It's hot. I'm serious. Touch it.
No, you just
Touch
licked it. It is warm.
Yeah, it's like hot to the touch.
Gross.
Yeah. Really? Hurting my feelings.
Sorry.
Jeez, I need to cry for a minute. Pause it. So this is the sticker, I think, or is it just paper? I can't tell. Yeah, it's a sticker. Okay, we're gonna sticker this right now with the PMP sticker, not pimp. That stands for Paul, Micro,
Mini.
Mini,
Yes.
Parachutes.
Yes. Thank you for that. It's gracious.
All right, so everybody listen. This important stuff. There is something living inside of this guy. And I want to show you what it looks like, but you have to open up his clothing. So I think it's like, I don't know exactly how this works, but I know you can open up this, and then you can see inside of his satchel outfit. How the heck do you get this thing off, hon?
I don't.
No, seriously, because we got to figure out how to turn them on. There's a way to load them up.
I mean, usually.
Megan.
Goodness gracious.
I just don't know exactly how to keep you behaving today.
I don't know either.
See, pull this out, and then this opens up. But I got to know how to plug the battery in. And
Plug the battery in.
Megan, he's remote controlled.
How? Well, there is a video on how to wire it up.
Megan.
It goes from the front.
Look.
Yep.
This guy's like,
This
he's
seems-
wired up. This is so awkward.
This is just going downhill.
Oh my goodness.
It's like when you have
Wow.
a baby and you undo their
Oh,
onesie.
7,000 milliamp hour.
It's a-
There it is. It's a battery. 2 AAAs or
Okay.
3 AAs. But I'm just trying to figure out how the heck this works. Because
you
I
not
don't know how to
undress people?
Oh, look right here. It's way back there.
Oh, okay.
That's why I couldn't figure it out, folks.
You apparently didn't swaddle our children enough. It goes all the way around.
Well, does this come off? No.
No? Does it come off on
It
that
does
side?
on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. Okay, all right. So then you just pull it up like this. My goodness. I'm like, should we duck? Duck and cover. So this is how the arms are attached. Here's the plug. So I'm assuming you probably don't really, you're not having to take this out, but yeah, you can.
But you can. Oh.
So now we need to charge the battery.
Okay. I didn't know there was a battery in him. I don't know how this stuff works. That's why I'm over here and you're over there.
Okay.
I can make you muffins.
I'm just gonna be a good boy and be quiet. So, pull this out, plug this in. This is, incidentally, Paul, this is my least favorite type of plug. I only have a couple of planes and helicopters that use that type of plug. But that's because it's an iCAD. Okay?
Yeah.
So now this is a 4.8 volt NiCad. Woo! So let's just talk about this for a minute. 4.8 volt NiCad, this is like a receiver type pack. And you see the batteries that are stacked up. So it's 2 of them and 2 of them. But that's how you get your 4.8 volts is it looks like probably 2 of them. Yeah, these are soldered together through a little plate. So that would be I don't know if they're 4 in series to get the 4.8, maybe 1.2 volts each. So it's 2,3 AA, 700 milliamp hour, whatever. I don't know. I don't know enough about NiCads, guys. I'm sorry. It's probably 700 milliamp hours nominal, meaning all of it together. So you can see in here, the balsa wood and everything kind of makes up the legs. They just stay fixed. And then, of course, you've got servos and the arms are more or less being controlled by each of the servos, and then that's how his arms actuate. But of course you've got this thing also, the pin's gonna get pulled. So we have to figure out how to pack the chute. Should we like open the chute now? And see how that goes?
We can, because I think we'll have to be able to like test it. So we're gonna have to test it before we pack it back up. Also, it does say make sure weather is clear and wind does not exceed 6.2 miles per hour or 10 kilometers when using this product.
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
Okay, I was gonna say, how did you come up with the point 2?
Right, because it's 10 kilometers. Because he's in France with the good wine.
Really? Is that what you're after?
How to pack a parachute. That's why I said we should go pick it up.
So, yeah.
So I think we might have to like do a little bit of looking and then we can come back and show them.
What do you want me to look at?
How to pack it.
I don't want to like wave him around with his like guts all out like this. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, can't you put his onesie back on?
No, I don't want to do that. This is a lot of work.
Oh.
What we'll probably do is, I don't even know how to turn on the power switch. I was going to say turn them on, but we've already talked about that.
We've done that.
No, I'm assuming that we'll just plug it in. Oh, there's your plugs. So he's got like a little plug array there. And there's the power plug that goes, yeah, there's the plug. Okay, so I'm assuming you're just gonna plug it in and that's the way it's gonna work.
Okay.
So let's just go with, I need to test the voltage on this pack, okay? So when I test the voltage, on this pack, because I wanna know what we're at, okay? I'm just gonna take one of these like fancy dance FMS voltage alarms, and you see how it says negative and then 1S? I'm gonna see if I can go negative and into 1S. Oh yeah, I can. Booyah!
But do you know what it's supposed to be?
4.8.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's like charged or whatever. So we're enough to turn the thing on, okay? So turning on the transmitter, makes a little beepy, okay? Then we're just gonna plug this dude in right now and see if he comes alive. Oh yeah. That's high rate, low rate. See? See this? Look, right there. See that half? That's low rate, and that's high rate.
Oh.
Okay? And there's supposed to be receiver voltage, but I don't have any receiver voltage through telemetry. So this is FHSS is what this hot RC is using. So FHSS, so that'd be like Futaba, like the cheap version of a Futaba offering. But yeah, throttle does nothing. It just happens to be, you know, moving the stick a little bit. So that's the rudder. And that's gonna move you one way and this is gonna move you the other. Okay? And then together you can slow down at the end. That would make you speed up and that would make you slow down. So I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you wanna like mix controls on this?
I don't know.
All right, we will need to learn exactly the ways to do this all, folks. Here on Brian Phillips RC, we try to show how we arrived at where we arrived, but on this one, it's just a little bit different. And I gotta think about this for a second, because normally I would wanna be in control of how the radio system is configured. Because when I am like sitting out there and this guy's like going violently away from me, I wanna be able to figure out how to turn him. And so I'm assuming you're gonna like sticks one way or sticks the other way. But it seems to me like there should be a way to make this work on one stick, because then you would mix and it'd be like a V-tail.
Oh.
And then you would have like a throttle would move, like it would make you go forward and then back. That'd be like the elevator here. And then this would be like the ailerons.
Oh,
But
I mean,
right
that
now
would
the
make
way he's got it is
sense
separate
too.
sticks. So again, I'm not trying to tell anybody their business because I don't know any better. I haven't done it myself. I'm sure that that's probably something that Paul thought of. But I don't want to replace that receiver.
Right.
So at the end of the day, is it going to do what it says it does? I don't know. We will find out soon. Now, do you want to read the part where he talks about how high you're supposed to launch?
It does say, I think I still have it open here. Take off, get some altitude. Minimum would be 300 feet, very short feet flight, typical drop altitude for the micro Skydiver is 900 feet.
Which,
Check
by the
your
way,
flight altitude with local field rules.
Yeah, I was just going to say, technically, at a FRIA, the limit is between 400 and 1,200 feet, depending on what class airspace you're in and whether or not they've granted the additional 700 or 1,200 foot rule. So 1,200 foot rule would apply for our area, but yours might be a little different, okay? So I'm not going to tell you what to do. Again, this is not capable of sustained flight, but the launch plane or helicopter is capable of sustained flight. So I'm not sure exactly how the rules will work. So we're probably going to go to 399 feet, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Just to show. So if it's a short flight, then...
Well, we also want to show it a little bit closer so that they can see it on video. Like,
you weren't going to get out the telescopic lens?
Yeah, on my phone. I forgot.
I have one of those. That's right. Okay. All right. So the other thing too is, okay, so now that we have built this thing. Yep. And we put on the PMP sticker, we have to figure out how to strap this thing onto said apparatus. And I'm like, honestly, I'm a lot less inclined to fly this because it doesn't fly that long. Right. The flight time on this helicopter is like, right now, the way I've got it set up, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe. It's not long. No. But you know what flies forever? The Bell 206. The Bell 206. And I'm also the most, like, way more confident with this than I am with the Huey. Just doesn't fly quite as good. I mean, it flies good, but it doesn't fly as good. Well, and we also have to consider what pilots we're using also. I'm 100% sure that my alternate pilot would be fine, because my alternate pilot on something like this would be GPS, return to home. Okay. My fear is if this returns to home while, you know, Johnny Parachuter Man is coming back and it like runs into Johnny Parachuter, that would be awkward. That would be awkward. So we'll have to have somebody that's capable of flying that away. Yeah. So I would go up, I would launch. The other thing too is like, do we even have a spare channel on this? Oh. And the answer is, yeah, we do. I just am not 100% sure how to tap it. Because on these things, so I guess actually this would be the good time to just jump into it because we're charging the other battery. Okay. Okay, so why don't we just look at this now? Now, as you guys know, I did some modifications to this. I've collected lots of bugs. I actually have been flying this like crazy and I really, really enjoy it. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, but I don't have a FlyWing helicopter, okay? Part of what I want to do on this video is do a FlyWing helicopter because I feel like it's a really good fit for this application. And then the alternate choice, he's probably about the scale of that Cub. He might actually be too small for the Cub. J3 Cub? The J3 Cub. Well. Yeah, he would be too small for it. What about the Grand Tundra? 1600 millimeter Grand Tundra would maybe be about right. That might be about right. Or is the Cessna too small? The Cessna 182 would be another good one because it'd be just simple. Problem is getting to the receiver on the Cessna 182 might be kind of a pain. All right, so we got the battery ready and I've gotten pretty confident with this helicopter. I have no problem plugging it in here. And let's say that this guy's loaded up on here, okay? We've got this thing on, okay? It would be ideal if we could run this to the receiver, which is here, okay? So the first thing we need to know is, can we actually plug it in and impact change? The question is, this is running a flight controller through an RC in, which is right here, okay? So it's like iBus, they call it iBus. Is that what that is? That green one, can you read it, please? Zoom in. Go down with your hand. iBus, yes. So what I need to do now is I need to know which channels are available. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on this transmitter, which happens to be the one for the Bell 206, as you can tell. And I need to scroll over and just look at what channels are doing what. This has stop and run. We don't want to mess with that. These three modes are clearly being used. Channel 9, that's not doing anything, I don't think. Oh, invert. Does that actually even do anything? I don't know if it does on that one. Okay, so obviously channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4 are going to be used for sure. It looks like channel 10 is what we're using for mix for my panic switch. Channel 9 is normal and invert. I don't really know what the heck that does on this.
What was 6?
Yeah, is there anything? There's nothing on 6. So like I could set up 6. Yeah, 6 is not doing invert. It's not doing that. Not doing that. That's channel 8. That's channel 7. Okay, so it looks like channel 6 is unused. Okay, so channel 6 is unused. So I need to look on the side of this, and it says channel 1, channel 2. Of course, it's going to be the bottom one. Channel 6 is the very bottom. And I have no idea where, which direction this needs to plug in. And I don't even know for sure that I can use this while it's giving the output the way it is. So I'm just going to guess and check. So it looks like the bottom one is, can you put that camera in there and shine that and just tell me what that bottom thing says? Go up higher, please. The antennas are in the way. Go down with your hand.
The bottom one says B/VCC, and then channel 6 is the second one from the bottom, actually.
Okay, so I don't know where ground is, so I'm just gonna guess that ground is down. And it won't hurt anything, but I just wanna see what happens, okay? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It starts and it knocks my head off and everybody dies. You know, it's always possible. Okay, so I am going to just load this battery up in kind of a semi, oh, you know what I should do? No, we're gonna test it first before I put an extension cord on. So this transmitter's on. We have nothing tied up on channel 6. So let's go over to this, unlock the screen. Okay, so it's unlocked. Go to setup, function, aux channels. So channel 6 is none. Yeah, so we could have just done that. Sorry, guys. So we're gonna make that part of the V-Rex. Oh, it's the areolas that we saw earlier.
That's not a 2-position switch, though.
Doesn't matter, except it's gonna go to the center. Well, it's probably better in that regard. But again, like, I'm gonna set it to that anyway, okay? So it's VRA, that's VRA, this is VRB, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now that we have it set to the areola A, we'll go back out. Sorry. So now you can see that's moving, okay? So if we did it right, this is gonna move. Then if it moves, like if we can even get it to move, then we will change the mix ratio so that it's like locked or something, you know.
Locked in the middle, then you just roll it and it releases.
Yeah, it does the thing,
okay.
You know, the thing. Yeah. Don't do anything crazy. Oh, look. So it's already working. Okay?
Okay.
So that's where it would be normally, and that's where it's going to be for full release. So now I need to go back into setup in function, and I need to go into, is it endpoints? That might be where we can do this. So now on channel 6,
yes,
I want to change that to 120. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it won't go any higher. So now, look. Ooh, wowzers. Okay. Can't tell if that actually moves further. So I'm going to change this. Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that. Now it moves even further. See this? Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we've accepted that. So now what I want to do is I want to lock it so that when it's like this, that's all the way back. And when it's like that, it's all the way down. Okay, so I think we can set up like a mix or something. I know what we did wrong. We used the areola and we could use this button instead. This could be the release button.
Okay.
You just have to fiddle with your middle finger until you hit the button enough times and then the guy falls. So I'm going to go back, set up. Endpoints are fine. Like I'm fine with having 120% endpoints here. But what we need to do now is we need to make an association for that key, which is under aux channels, channel 6. Instead of being the areola, we're going to change it to key, and we're going to go to key 1. Yep, so key and key 1 versus key 2.
How do you...
Ho, 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 ho. Now we walk back out. Uh-oh, it's freaking out. Uh-oh, did I kill it? Did I kill it? We have this now set up with another servo. This happens to be a Metal Gear servo. from the Spitfire, the Hobby King plane that they told us that the servos were bad in.
Yeah.
Well, we still had the servos, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just use those servos for this thing. That being said, if it fails, you understand why, because they warned us not to use them. Well, I'm gonna use them anyway. And then this gives us a little longer length if we need to. I use 2 extension cords to get off of channel 6. And you already saw how we did the mix. Incidentally, I'll unlock this one more time. Come on. Goodness gracious. So now channel 6 is just on or off based on that switch condition, which gives us the full breadth of control. We aren't in 120 anymore, which by the way, that must have been what killed this thing because we only cycled it a few times. So I kind of hate to beat them up on that, but at the same time, it did fail and that's kind of not so good, but there again, it's a cheap servo. I'm not like super worried about it. You guys might want to take that into consideration. Let's call it a fluke. Let's call it a personal decision gone awry. And I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna undo this glue. So this is, oh good Lord. Come on, just break off of there, will you? Remember when I glued this earlier?
Mm-hmm, I do remember that.
If you stand that close, you might get whacked.
Okay. I'll stay over here then.
Yeah, so that's not, I evidently glued it too good.
Remember when you were saying it was way overkill and I said you don't want your load to be too big? That conversation?
Well,
That's what I meant.
I
Because
mean-
now it's awkward.
oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah.
That was not what I thought you meant.
Of course that's what I meant. What else would I have meant?
I was thinking other things, but I, just
Obviously,
my mind was in the wrong place.
yeah, and mine never is.
That's right. As usual.
Do you have
So
like,
if you guys are watching
unkicker?
this at home and you're just pounding the monitor like, what is wrong with you, moron? Yeah, you were correct, but it's okay because all I got to do is just break this thing up now with like a hammer or something.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I don't want you to miss the money shot
when you stab yourself with a screwdriver?
Listen, that's not what I meant. I'm talking about when I blow my load all over. Oh yeah, that was scary. Oh yeah. See, it worked. Whoa, worked wonders.
Okay.
And look, the label's like perfectly intact. What the heck? Oh, well, I'll know where to glue it. So now we're not gonna make you guys watch the gluing process again, but full disclosure, this servo did die, Paul. Just saying. Don't run it at 120%, evidently. Plus or minus. It can't handle the 120%. It's evidently just too much to handle. And I know you guys are wondering if my tip is clean.
Of course it's not.
We're not gonna make you watch the whole thing, but we're gonna make you watch if the tip was clean. Because are you guessing it?
No, it's not.
You think it's not clean?
No.
Okay.
Not a chance.
Not even a chance. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna slap. Oh,
Did you clean your tip in there by yourself before you brought it out?
I did not clean my tip alone. I would never do that alone. Not when I could have help. Okay. So here it is. Is that lined up pretty darn tootin'?
I don't know. You covered up your mess from earlier.
Okay. So that's square, and that's about exactly where it was. Then we'll just put a little kicker there, just a little kicker there. Oh, it's getting toasty from the other side of the wood, so it's obviously
Maybe
working.
you like melted it from your excessive gluing.
No, I did not. Definitely not. Okay, so now look. Now, full disclosure, that's a Metal Gear Servo. It's a little bit heavier, and it's definitely, even though it was broken and claimed to be garbage by Hobby King was wrong, as has happened a few times in our lives. This is probably overkill. And yes, I am going to do it anyway. Why? Because I care about the outcome of this project for Paul's sake. I don't want anything embarrassing to happen regarding his tender love and care that he put into this project. And I say that with all honesty and no insincerity whatsoever, because we really do want to put our best foots forward, especially linguistically. Does he speak English?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming so. His emails are.
Well, I mean, you can convert those things with Google Translate.
That's true.
Okay, so now that we've done that, I just gotta have my wife help me clean the tip.
Yeah, right.
And we'll be right back. Oh, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to give my wife a gift. So what
You're labeling it for the garbage can?
Bad,
the garbage guy doesn't care.
Bad electronics. 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 So then when I go and I say, hey, I need to have a servo, I need that gear. And she's looking at me like, what an idiot. And I'm thinking, I've been there before. It's always this little crappy servo that you need that stupid middle gear out of. So I'm just gonna, hun, it's okay. It only takes up a little bit of space. It's not the 400 others. So if you're in this hobby and you don't have a bag full of dead servos,
You haven't been here long.
yeah, just wait longer, it's coming. All right, so the cool thing is now that we have that set and settled, and technically, you know, working in addition to, this is in stop and 3D. So like in addition to that, I could be flying, doing my thing with the collective and all that stuff, and then I can release. Okay, pretty amazing. Awesome, right? I noticed a little something in there that made me nervous. I'm gonna just make my stick a little longer, tighten that down. But one thing I noticed when I was doing that, normally I don't do this stuff with it open like that because I'm usually just flying it because I fly the heck out of this helicopter. Okay, there was one angle. Show them this. This is crazy. Look at this. This is why you test stuff, guys. Look at this. Watch this bundle. Little bundle of joy. See, it touches. I mean, I guess it's not that big a deal. It's just touching. See that?
Yeah.
That's not good. You don't want it to touch. It's all right. I think we're good. We'll just lube the shaft a little extra.
Okay.
All right, so all seriousness, guys, we need to make sure that we have enough length to reach our mounting mechanism to, I'm assuming it's gonna have to be back here because his head goes here, right?
Yes.
Except that's way too far back. The center of gravity needs to probably be taken into consideration, right?
Yeah, but that's not going to fit under the skids.
What now?
That's not going to...
Oh, crap. That's actually a really good point.
Of course it is.
So, yeah. So we got to make sure that he's clear of the prop and also capable of being... Why didn't we put a shelf liner in this helicopter?
I don't know. Why didn't you?
It's so much easier than dealing with stupid Velcro. I hate Velcro. It's annoying. How many pieces of Velcro are on this guy? Like 30? 300?
Several.
Okay, so now we've got that wire coming out. This obviously is gonna be too long. If we do have him sitting on the bottom, then we're gonna have to be really super careful about the way we do this. But I tend to think this is gonna be going back here. Like that, don't you? And then when we hit that, it's gonna release, hypothetically.
Which we need to check that, because I bet you're gonna have to move your spline position.
Because we did on the other one.
Yeah.
Can you stick your finger in there and just hit the spot?
On this one? I
Yeah.
can't find it.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say, oh, dang it. Okay, so the camera crew, as we have defined earlier by many other experiences, past experiences, she is usually right about most everything. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this to right there. Now, before I put the screw back in, why don't we just test it?
Test it. Okay.
Oh.
That was not me.
Just go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the screw in. That isn't an activity alarm, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna let you deal with it.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna start because of the inactivity, but it's like kind of annoying. And so what I'm gonna do is we have already established, I don't understand why it's beeping at me. That couldn't be a voltage alarm, could it?
I wouldn't think so.
Well, it's really annoying. So now that we've got that figured out, I think I'm gonna just grin and bear it for now. If something were to break, I'd rather it break here than break the helicopter too. Okay?
Right.
This is only a couple 100 grams. I think we're gonna be okay. Also, this can be slid carefully into different positions in the canopy bite And so I think what we need to do now is we need to get Velcro through here. Did we get Velcro with the machine?
No.
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to figure out how we're gonna mount this to that in a semi-permanent, like, you know, obviously this is gonna be on here forever. So I think what we wanna do is we wanna grab a battery strap. If we've got one that's long enough to actually allow for this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really annoying, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because we're not doing that right this second.
Yeah, we don't need to release it right this second. You're right, camera crew. So we're gonna unplug this from the ESC, and we can just leave that out of the way. And now that we have this configured, we can turn this off. So hopefully you guys got the whole point of what we were trying to do there was establish how we were gonna manipulate the controls, which we've now established. And then this can actually go down underneath and go way back here. So we'll have tons more length, but we just need to make sure it's not going through the connector because we want the canopy to seat on there. I'm not gonna feed that out a hole because then you're gonna get up here by all the moving parts. Although there were, I mean, if you're gonna just do a dedicated delivery system for this parachuter, you could do that, okay? Mine is probably gonna be on and then come back off, okay? So I'm gonna slide this Velcro through. I'm assuming I'll just be able to do this. Maybe I'd do a shelf liner to protect the finish of the heli.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I do not know what direction I need this Velcro, but guys, this is, again, camera crew off camera was saying, hey, you know, you realize like most people are gonna have a little different scenario for each and every one of these steps. And I said, yeah, I understand that, but you know, sometimes it's just more about the creative experience and showing people how to do it. So it's gonna go like that and then come back to itself, right?
Yes.
So this needs, did I not do that right?
No.
I
You
did
have
that
it right
backwards.
now, but you had it backwards before.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So this isn't holding the dude, this is just holding the mount to the heli. Then we're gonna come up in here like this, and really it'd be best if we could try to catch an angle.
His head is gonna come out the front, so it can't go all the way to the front.
Well, the other thing too we could do that would be good. Oh, dang it, we're gonna have to. That's gonna be too small. So we'll have to put some foam in there. I did not have it wrong, did I? Oh, I gotta go this way. It's gotta go this way, guys. See? Look.
Yep.
So that'll hold on there, and we can re-manipulate exactly where the strap fixes it. And that actually works pretty sharp.
Yeah, it
so
does work pretty good.
Paul probably needs to be including that. We should tell Paul. Paul, include that thing.
Yeah, because I think it says,
That needs to probably be part of the kit, don't you think? Except it's gonna be different for everybody.
right, again, we're back to the,
And if you're gonna do this all day, you know, take people up, launch them, you're gonna set it up on a rig, you're probably gonna make it a pseudo-permanent install, you would think, right?
yeah.
Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, Brian, how did you do that so quick?
Because you have your thing set to 2 times speed.
Yeah, that's how you did it so quick. Okay, so beautiful, foam to foam.
Okay, that worked.
Where
pretty
your
good,
tip
actually.
doesn't even have to be clean. Look how not clean that is.
Yeah. It's gross.
Okay, so yeah, the shelf liner comes to the salvation of Brian Phillips RC again. Really, I'm serious. Like, this was supposed to be a quick video, folks. Supposed to.
But then,
But then life happened.
oh, I was going to say,
Then I came
you were
into the
here.
picture. That's true. Hey, this shelf liner, we're gonna need to save that for another project. We'll just put that in the video box. Okay, so let's see if this is charged. I have no clue how much charged is.
Did we pay attention to if that solid red light was flashing when we plugged it in?
You know, when I was sticking it in, I was concentrating on sticking it in.
Oh. Well, maybe you should have looked at the light condition.
Well, listen, we can't all be perfect. Let's unplug it. Let's see. All right, so remember there's a negative and then there's a black. So we'll put the black to the negative and stick it in. Whoa, buddy. What the frick is going on there?
You did it wrong.
No, I didn't. I seriously didn't. If you killed my voltage alarm, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Okay, let's take another battery and test it. Let's take this battery. This battery, in fact, let's stick it in. Negative is at my belly. That's still working there. You know, it might be higher than 1 cell can range.
Oh, since it's
That-
a NiCad?
Yeah, I wonder if that's what's going on. So in order to test that, oh geez, that's gonna be a real pain in the balls is what it's gonna be.
Well, maybe we could just leave it plugged in for a...
Well, I don't really care. I mean, if it turns on and he's like, I mean, like, what am I gonna run it out by having the motor on?
No,
like,
I don't know.
That's all he's gonna do. It's like he's swimming. He's going like,
No, somebody's gonna use that for something. Okay, so you're plugging
they're
him
gonna
in?
meme that? They're gonna meme this?
Yes, with the noise.
Oh no. It's all right. Just remember, guys, if you want people to make fun of you for the rest of your life, just film yourself for tens of thousands of hours.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then put it on the internet where people can viciously attack your well-meaning videos that are totally wholesome and pure.
Yes.
With laser eyes.
That was pretty good.
That was awesome. I want to know who did it. He has his comments turned off. I'm like, why do you have your comments turned off? I would have commented. Laser eyes. That was... I didn't turn them on. Okay, so if you're wondering why you watch Brian Phillips RC, it's because he has every freaking cable ever known to mankind.
In our kitchen.
In our kitchen. So listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna plug this in irregardless of polarity, with the white being the positive. As you can see, it goes into the positive side of this XT60, okay? Then I'm gonna take my XT60 to an IC3, or yeah, EC3. Then I'll unplug these two shorty packs from Turnigy. Oh, look at that, fancy. That's a very small 2200 milliamp hour. Look at this, here's a normal 2200. Look at that, that's crazy. So I'm just gonna put this over here. We debuted them. That's a French word. We debuted those when we did our L39, except those are 3S's. What? Those are 3 cells.
Oh, so now
that's
we have 3
a 4
and
cell.
4.
Wow, amazing.
Okay.
Okay, listen, guys. We're gonna stick this in the hole right now. Oh yeah, 2 volts. What the heck? 2 volts. Can you even see that? I can't tell.
Yes, you can.
This is supposed to be 4.8. So watch this. So that's not a LiPo. This is a NiCad. All right, so what we did was we actually just set our charger to nickel metal hydride, and it seems to be working okay. I'm monitoring the voltage. It makes me kind of nervous because it jumps up a little bit. It's an auto, and so it'll go up higher and then it comes back down. And I think that's just a function of the way that this charger works. So if we stop it and we go in here, we just go down to the bottom here, okay? We set that, it's already in auto range, and then you can set the current you want to charge it at. So this is a 700 milliamp hour, 4.8 volts. But remember, that's like a nominal voltage. So I'm not 100% sure the chemistry is going to be compatible, but whatever. I'm just going to set it up. I'm actually going to go a little faster, and I'm going to go down to start and just show you what happens. So it brings up this, incorrect screen that shows the percentage basis of completion, and then it shows the voltage here. And then I like to just kind of make sure it's not low. We can tell you why the guy was not moving his arms is because the battery was dead, okay? Now, that makes me nervous about this charger. So my thinking is that there's probably something defunct about that charger, because we had it plugged into the charger for some time and it discharged the battery.
Right.
That's usually not a good sign, okay? Now, so I'll just unplug that while it's charging, and that'll shut it off, okay? So it shut off. Now I'm gonna take this over and I'm just gonna prove that it's working. My concern is, since it comes with a charger that it didn't seem to work, kind of makes me nervous. And remember, this is like a receiver pack basically, because we are emulating a BEC. We don't have a BEC in here that I can tell. We're just direct driving straight off of the battery. Normally you'd have a battery eliminator circuit, which is gonna take the battery at 2S or 1S or whatever S it is, and it's gonna kick it up from 1S to the 5 volts necessary, or the 5.5 or the 6 volts or the 7.3 or the 8 or whatever happens to be for your particular demands. Like on these helicopters or these bigger airplanes, you might run a little higher, like 8.3, or you might run at 6, or you might run at 5.5 at 3 amps, or 5.5 at 2 amps, or whatever it happens to be. The BEC is what peels off the power to go to all the servos, lights, and controls, radio system, and so on and so forth. And then the rest of the voltage gets used for what is essentially a variable frequency drive for the motor. It's not a variable frequency drive in this case, but you can see the guy is moving, okay? So this did not die just sitting over there. It died on the charger.
Right.
So my thinking is we probably are going to be able to just do this because there is not that much demand there, okay?
Okay.
But that being said, I don't know, because we have a receiver running and I have this ambiguous design. I couldn't test the voltage because it fell out of the range of our Predator voltage alarm, okay? Because it is going to test for a certain range, okay? And that's why I put it on a digital multimeter. But as you can see in terms of one cell, if it were a LiPo, it'd be 5.16 volts. 5.16 volts.
Which is higher than it was
5.16 volts.
when we plugged it in the first time.
I'm just making sure it doesn't drop. Okay, so we're 5.16. So that tells me that we have voltage. And it also tells me that I don't know if I can trust this or that in combination with a higher wattage USB-A to AC power supply adapter thing, well, whatever. I guess we're gonna find out because we're about to load this because we're about out of daylight and I wanna see this thing work, okay? So sticking this in the hole, then stick this back in his hole. Awkward. Okay, get it down in there. Make sure it moves, everything moves, then tuck the cables in next to his side. And it's like, then you do a surgical wrap to get his body closed up. It's not the most non-clunky thing I've ever done in my life. Then you bring his little leotard down or whatever that is. It kind of simulates the look of his parachute pack. Lots of different Velcro pieces to hook up. A little bit of tedious work in my opinion, but it's definitely worth it if you want to see this guy fly. So then what we're going to do is we are going to, again, step by step, every step we take, we're going to check, okay? I haven't packed the chute yet, and I don't care, it doesn't matter, because we're going to do this right now. We're going to go, woohoo! And you can see there's a little pilot opener, whatever they call that, very cool. And then this is tangled right now, probably because of the way I've opened it. And then this is the parachute. Very cool.
Cool.
Oh, that is so neat. I've got it tangled by one tangle. You see that? Yep. There we go. Okay, so there it is. So there's the guy. Oh, that is so neat, but it looks like I've got that parachute backward. What the heck? Do you pull the back? Yes, you pull the back. You must pull the trailing edge. That is so cool, guys. Trying to give you a good look at this. That is so neat.
That's cool.
Okay, so it's gonna pull the trailing edge, which makes sense. That's the way my powered paraglider works. Okay, so now I'm not gonna read the instructions because instructions are for smart people. Or are we supposed to read the instructions?
Well, I mean, we probably should. Packing a parachute.
So I'm just going to do this
the
way I think it should go, and you tell me what I did wrong.
There's a video. Learn how to pack your parachute, but it does look like he's just rolling it. So I guess you're going to just do whatever you're going to do, aren't you?
Yeah.
And if he falls to his death, we'll blame you.
No, I'm not doing it like wrong. I'm just doing it my way, which is probably wrong. What are we going to do, camera crew?
I'll go watch the video, and you keep struggling with this, and then we'll come back and see who wins.
All right, so we don't have a closing string. There's supposed to be a closing string. I used a small zip tie. The zip tie is going to go through this. I'm going to fold the zip tie in half, okay? That's going to maybe work, okay? If it doesn't work, I'll let you know in a minute. All right, so then you're supposed to have it flat, which I started from, but I kind of screwed the pooch a little bit because I think I laid it backward. Not that it really matters, probably, maybe. 1, 2, or something like this, okay? And then this side over here, you're supposed to put something heavy on it, but I'm trying to simulate not having 4 hands, okay? So if you're doing this without a second set of hands, I'm gonna try to use the this thing, the stimulator. Then curl this up. Yeah, he does show this in the video, which is nice, Paul. Thanks, Paul, good video. Okay, then slide this guy down. That goes like that, like this. That's the way he says it, like this. And then these, I'm gonna just pull down. Okay, now I need to get these ropes, the risers, to go up like this, and then right here, like this. Right there, okay? And then we're gonna roll this in, boop, like that. See, I don't wanna have test weights or something here. He had weights. I don't want weights. It's a pain to have weights with you. Okay, then we're gonna go over his shoulders, whoop, like this. And then the risers right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna fold it in half, which is gonna make it fit. And it does fit pretty good now. So that's good, okay? So now my zip tie fell off somewhere, but I'll find it. It's right here like this, okay? Then we're gonna actually take and put this, we're gonna feed this to the back, over the top, and then we're gonna hopefully be able to feed this through, and I'm kind of thinking it ain't gonna fit. Dang it, like these. But I have an idea, because since that's so big, whatever, I'm just gonna do it the hard way then. Like these. I'm gonna do it without the feeding string, because we didn't find it in our kit, but it's possible that we just lost it, guys.
Right.
If we did, my apologies. That needs to go to the back.
Yep.
Then we're gonna come over like this.
It's just another little short piece of string, kind of like this one.
Yeah, it's just a string, guys.
So we might have missed it somewhere.
Or he forgot to put it in.
Yeah.
See, or he just has it lying around. He just assumes everybody has that stuff, which could be, okay?
Right.
See, there's that. So there's that. And see what I'm saying is all you would need to do is, just keep it from sliding out while you're working. So you could use the pin as you're working. I want to kind of pull this guy's string out, okay? Then this guy, you just kind of curl that up very carefully. And then just kind of, you want this thing to pop out and work. This is the one you really need to work, okay? Folks, it needs to work, okay? Then you pull this one up from the rear. Remember, this is not the same as packing a chute for a human. That's gonna depend on life-saving measures and so on and so forth, okay? Just keep that in mind, okay? So now you can see, like these, we have to get that thing through. This is the only time in this whole process where having that string would be real handy.
Right, that last one,
yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, oh shoot, I hope it doesn't pop out. I'm just gonna go like this. Oh, don't you dare pop in there. It's gonna pop out. Okay, so we'll pause and get that. Okay, so just to show you the real struggle, I'm down for the struggle here on Brian Phillips RC. We always show all the steps of the struggles. And part of this struggle is because we didn't see the string in our kit. Guys, full disclosure, I might not have had the string. I might have had the string. I have no clue. I probably didn't notice it. We went through the packaging again. I bet he put it in there and we just didn't see it. Or we like accidentally dropped it or some stupid thing like that. So I never want to throw these guys under the bus if it was possibly my fault. Same thing kind of with the charger. But then the servo dying, oh geez, all three at the same time. It's probably, like there's definitely something there, right?
Do you want me to pull the zip tie out while you have it in your fingers?
No, I'm just gonna do this thing. I'm just gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oh.
So if I had a string, then I could just feed the string through. I could also just clip the end of the zip tie off. Oh yeah,
right.
No, that would work. I hate to sacrifice a perfectly good zip tie for this process.
I know you do.
Just a zip tie end. Just the end, guys, because all I need is just something to feed the thing through.
Right.
And then we can use that in the future, okay? My guess is, based on the way that this whole build has gone, is it was probably in the kit and we just missed it because I was in a hurry to try to get it done, okay? Okay, there it is. So now that's there and it's got some pretty good tension on it. So now remember, when this guy moves his arms, you're supposed to be able to pull the string, okay? So look, now that's in there, but you see how it's in there? You got to have his arm in a certain position or it's going to pull the string prematurely. So I don't know if there's like, that's probably what the rubber's for. That's what the rubber's for, okay? So whichever direction holds it out of place, that's what you need to use the rubber for, okay? Like these. It's kind of the way he says it, like these. Which is funny, there's somewhere. I'm trying to think of who does that.
I don't know.
Besides from Paul in the video. Like these, because I say that too.
Yeah,
How do
you
I-
do.
why
I don't
do
know
I
where
do
that's
that?
from.
I don't know. Okay, so anyway, so it's down here. So now that holds his arm up until you're ready to release, and then you can just pop it off, okay? I think. Yeah, I don't know if I trust that. But, I mean, it does technically do it. Oh, I need high rates. There, high rates. Now his arm goes up high enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I still don't know if I trust that. That clipped off zip tie is pretty handy though, guys. I don't know how you would do it otherwise. Okay, so just to be clear, that feels like it's maybe not quite long enough, folks. See that? I don't see that as being long enough. See, it's already popped out enough.
To release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there a trick? Do I have to trim it? I bet I gotta trim it, hon. See, look, trim. Look, it's trimming his arm up. Look,
Okay.
that's all the way trimmed.
It says you can also adjust this
The string
little
length?
bit of extra length. You can unscrew the screw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're-
because it's way too close to call, guys.
If you're not able to reach the closing loop and close your container during parachute packing, extend the closing line by unscrewing the right
Look.
arm screw.
Unscrewing the arm screw. Oh, yeah, there you go. Don't you know? All the way in there, boy.
Do you want to untrim what trim you put in there?
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Centered.
Yes.
Did you guys tell what I was doing there? Camera crew
I
explain.
mean,
to
I
them.
could tell.
What
So
was I
you
doing?
went all the way to the end stop on one side, and then you counted all the way back
How
to
many
the end
bump-
stop on the other side, which was 24 beeps. So then once you got to the end stop on the other side, then you just went back
Okay.
12 to be centered.
So you see what I'm doing here? I'm gonna just pull that string around without tightening it, you see? Okay, so that's torqued down. Give it a, man, I just don't know.
I wonder if he had one more loop around it.
No, he didn't. Good enough. It's on there.
Okay.
It's on there. Now, this is my I don't want to repack it setup.
Right,
Okay.
to test.
So it's time to do this thing. Oh, we've got a strap. One more strap, guys. One more strap. We've got a
the
safety
important one.
strap. Pretty sweet. Okay. So there it is, guys.
He looks a little like you.
It's Brian. What? This got a huge scar on his face.
He does.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like the gray. Give him a little gray swoop. Oh yeah, he does have a giant scar on his face.
Maybe that's why they see me from the interwebs. Okay,
Okay.
guys, this is Brian Phillips, RC, telling you, first of all, a couple things about this product. A, it's cool that we have an option like this that you can just go out and buy. B, it's not gonna be the simplest deployment, so we're gonna do our best. And C, thanks, Paul, for bearing with us as we have partially brutalized your product. We don't mean to brutalize your product, but at the same time, we did have a couple of problems, and I do work with RC equipment a little bit. So a couple things that might be able to be improved upon would be, I don't know if we got the string. Number two, that adjustment's not a big deal. That's really easy. Number three, did we see that in the manual?
No.
I just figured it out. Okay, and then the deployment launcher, servo. Oh no, it's dying. Are you freaking kidding
The
me?
battery is dying?
Yes.
Jeez.
So we got to figure out what the heck is going on there.
With the battery.
Because now I got to unpack all this crap to get to it.
No, you just have to take his onesie off at least.
Megan, I have to undo all that stuff to get to it. That's what I'm saying. I have to undo all that stuff just to get to it.
Right.
Right. So yeah, it might be kind of cool if there was like a tricky, awesome solution on how to make all this stuff actually a little bit more seamless, but either way, it's cool. All right, so we just came in. The medics have all signed off on the dead body, and we dismantled and pulled his heart out in groin area for some reason. I don't want to release the parachute from his arm. I'm done with that mechanism. We're gonna do it from here. And by the way, I changed the mechanism a little bit on this helicopter. So you can see I used smaller zip ties and I routed my cable through, and it's just a little bit longer extension cord. And then the whole idea is that when I go to land, I have a little bit more room to kind of lay that down and then bring it over here. Now, I'm still not really concerned this is gonna get sucked up into the prop because it's still pretty heavy and it might blow away from it, but I don't think it's gonna go up into the tail boom either. And I will just protect myself by having this on that side of it when I land. Even if I land on top of it now because it's smaller zip ties, I feel like there's less of a chance of this ever having the opportunity to get up that high, okay? So we basically start with our guy hooked up, we take off, everything self-centers. As you can see, come here. I use zip ties to hold it right in the middle, and I need to do a zip tie so that gets it into the center so that when this is hanging, it's hanging in the center of mass, which is usually right over the center of the main rotor on a helicopter. It's not always center of gravity, center of mass, whatever you want to call it on a helicopter. So in this case, we got this thread. It's real thick thread and it's really strong, okay? So I can barely break it if I wanted to. I mean, I could break this, but I'm not gonna break it on camera just to prove how strong I am breaking thread. But it's strong enough that I can just take this, and I just don't trust this mechanism. I'm just gonna eliminate it right now. Boom, I'll leave the screw there. Maybe, I don't even know if I'll leave the screw there. But then all I need to do is take this. I need a little bit of acceleration distance, but I don't want it to get tangled up on anything. But even if it did, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is go through and tie it off to here. And yes, it'll jank the mechanism when it hits, but it's gonna jank it enough to undo that little ring, okay? So then I can just tie a knot in this, which this is where it comes in handy, knowing how to tie a knot, which kind of do.
Kind of not.
Okay, so we'll just tie a little simple knot. Like all you fishermen are probably laughing right now. Okay, and you're like, yeah, I wasted a lot of string, I get it. I'll probably go around a couple more times, but you get the idea. So that's gonna basically be there, okay? Then this is gonna give me enough room to like load the dude, work on the dude, load the battery on the dude, and all that crap on the dude. But I'm a little bit tempted to just tie these together so I can keep the original mechanism together, or I can undo it here. Well, frankly, it's probably not gonna matter because this thing's gonna hang off of the vehicle. But once he's released, then that's gonna be out here. It could get up into the rotor, could get up into the wash. And so I guess I gotta kind of keep that in mind. So I don't wanna go too terribly long. So I'll probably just go like this, okay? And I'm probably gonna take about half the distance that I thought I was gonna give myself for the sake of the helicopter deployment. Now you also see that zip tie in there. That zip tie was invaluable in packing the parachute. But just remember, you can't do both. If you do this and that, then it's gonna hang your guy from the helicopter, okay? And he'll be moving his hand around trying to release, okay? So just remember, you can't do that. Okay, so I'll just go through this a couple of times and I'll tie a couple of knots, and no, this is probably not the best or only way you can do it. It's just the way I'm going to do it with my limited knot skills. In fact, I can now peel that out because I don't need it to be on the guy. And the cool part of this is we have plenty of room to actually make all this stuff work. Now, of course, in your application, you may want to go ahead and have him free fall a long ways, and that's hunky-dory, and you can do that yourself if you prefer to do that. It's definitely a fun and exciting way of doing it. But I think for me, it's gonna be more about getting the guy not to die and a little bit less about the enjoyment of it at the beginning of this project, because we have had just complete failure on our first launch, and I don't wanna have complete failure 2 or 3 more times before we find some level of success. okay? So as you can see, kind of like the success I'm trying to enjoy tying this knot. I'm not.
You're not.
Okay, so as you can see, I should have been in Boy Scouts, but I wasn't. Okay, so we'll just pull this tight. And that's probably good enough for what we're gonna do. And if you were really in doubt, you could put a drip of CA on there, which I am most definitely in doubt. So I'm just gonna do it. Hey, look at that tip being clean. Isn't that a miracle? Miracle of science. It's a miracle of science. Okay, very good. So that's ready. Now, if you could, let me wipe my tip. It's gonna totally clog, I already know. Then I can let that CA set up the El Natural, or I can do it the correct way, which is hurry up and get it done with some kicker right on that thread, right on the thread, and then I didn't do that side.
Nope.
Didn't, right?
No.
Okay. So now there you have it. So I basically have this dude who's going to jump out of the helicopter, a perfectly good helicopter that's hanging him 50 feet below to his near certain death, but then he's going to be caught by a perfect execution of release from this amazing system. As you can see, I am obviously a connoisseur of knots. That's why I am CAing my knots. So at the end of the day, failure is always an option, folks. This build has been rife with all sorts of stupid problems, not the least of which is our charging woes with the dude's power source, okay? Just so you know, came back in, put it on our charger. I'm gonna show you the exact settings because we're not in quite as big a hurry now. Channel 2, it says it's done. And it is at, of course I can't see because the camera crew blocked me, 5.5 volts, okay? Now, if you're in the same situation as me, you will have this cord and you will have the capability of building your own adapter, and you probably have another charger, okay? So now, is this charged? I'm assuming it's charged. Did I charge it too fast? I have no clue. All I know is that that thing was supposed to charge at like 5 volts. Okay, so I charged it at whatever that thing did it. Was it NiMe?
Yeah.
Nickel metal hydrate.
Yeah.
And this is actually a NiCad, so nickel cadmium, I think is what that is. So anyway, as you can see, we have now our new release mechanism here. So this is gonna clearly pull out of that, but you just have to make sure that you pull out your arming mechanism before you get ready to fly. And so in my case, you can do this a number of different ways. So I'll just slide this in here. It's a little bit easier if you kind of take your, what would be string, pull it up. I'm sure you guys will probably get the string. Okay, so from the string, you'll pull the string up, you'll slide this through, and then once you have it armed, you can just pull that right out. So that's done then. And then all you have to do is basically put this in your pocket where you will surely not lose it forever. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in my case is I'm gonna now flip my dude over. It does look a little bit like the Terminator has died, and I need to re-energize him. So I'm gonna just slide this down in there. It's all right, guy, you can make it, maybe. And then I'm just gonna leave him like this until I'm ready to fly again, okay? Now, you can't plug him in because there's no power switch. This will be one of the few times I'd really like to see a power switch, because you get them all packed up, you get them all rigged, and you're ready to rock and roll. You wait for the right opportunity. You go take your heli out, you fly it up, you do your thing, and you're ready to rock and roll. And yes, we did test his armature movement, and it did release a couple of times inside. So not sure why it decided like it would just be too short, but I'm just going to go ahead and put that screw tight in case we decide to move back to this mechanism. So then this is as ready as I can get with regard to, I need to make sure that he's obviously not ready to go. Now, this will no longer be necessary in our application, but I'm still gonna leave it on there in case we decide to go back to the hand release, okay? So hopefully we've answered all the questions you didn't know you would need to have And incidentally, this thing, I'm gonna slide it in to the rubber band. And this actually worked really nice, probably better than a string. So I'm kind of glad we didn't get the string because I wouldn't have had anywhere to save that. Because you saw my knot tying skills were not very good. Yes, that was supposed to be a play on words. All right, guys, we answered hopefully your questions. If we didn't, leave in the comments below. I had fully intended to do this from an airplane and do it from a helicopter, but at this point, I'm kind of feeling like maybe the helicopter is like the best way because that worked really nice, being able to get my full focus to that guy falling for about 2 seconds straight to the ground instead of, you know, enjoying controlling him around in circles or whatever we're gonna do. And by the way, I love this helicopter. It's one of my favorites. It's really nice. And yes, that one that's almost 3.5, 4 times more expensive, I also like it a lot too. But guess what I would probably pick to fly right now? Well, that one. Only because it's new. But I have been, full disclosure, refining the flight systems. And real quick, I haven't shown this on any other video. It's the first time in YouTube history of these high-vis stripes. Oh man, they are so beautiful. And those are reflective. And then it's also on the tail feathers, and I really, or on the tail rotor. And I really, really like the way it looks. It looks more like a military helicopter. But my next big idea for this helicopter is to see if I can get 4 blades on it and 4 blades on the tail, because that would be so dang cool. Because yes, I do have Cobras with 4 blades. Are you trying to stop me from walking that way? So at the end of the day, we try to show this stuff start to finish because there's a lot of people on YouTube that will do a 5-minute blurb that shows how amazing a product is. And what we prefer to do, and we can't always do this, is we prefer to show just how smooth it is to actually get to that 5-minute blurb. Because a lot of times on the way to the 5 minutes, you run into about 2 hours and 45 minutes of frustration. And in this case, I think we were probably somewhere between complete and utter frustration and like, that was a little bit more work than I expected. I'm gonna probably lean toward a little more work than I expected. I knew it was gonna be a little bit tricky, but then once I got out there and I was kind of trying to bark out orders with my children's, it kind of occurred to me like, man, this is kind of a lot of moving parts for an RC adventure. And you know, we're not really supposed to go to 900 feet in most normal circumstances. So that definitely is going to limit people's capabilities. So if you're doing this by yourself in a solo environment, this would work. And I'm trying to make it so that you guys can do this all by yourself if you want. But there again, half the fun of this hobby is finding some other idiot that's also got 400 planes in his house and getting together and enjoying each other's company while we do it, okay? So if you're into doing parachuting, radio-controlled parachuters, this is probably a product you'll want to think about. Despite the frustrating beginning, I think it's going to be a very exciting end. And I hope you guys will check it out. Links in the video description below. Thanks for watching. As usual, super short here on Brian Phillips RC, because you know the way we do it. By telling the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God, so that you guys can make the best decision with your limited RC budgets instead of just puffing smoke. So at the end of the day, I think it's a cool product. I think it needs a little bit of work in a few areas to make it even more exciting and a little bit easier for guys like me that don't want to spend 3 hours getting it to work. But it's not bad. And I think a lot of guys kind of enjoy the tinkering stage in the hobby. I think the parachute is going to work great. We haven't even seen it. So I'm really excited to see it, and seeing those brakes deploy is going to be super fun, especially for me because I have actually flown PPG and I do have PPG rig in the garage that I haven't used in a 1.5 years, mostly because we've been so busy and I had failure to launch. So when I get through that and work through that, then there'll be more footage to follow on that. But for now, thanks, Paul. Cool product, neat guy. I want to see him fly. And you guys have already seen that, so if you guys enjoyed the footage or you learned a little something along the way, smash the like button. It'll help support Brian Phillips RC. Click the bell when you do subscribe so you get notified of new content, and other ways to support us: Patreon for monthly support, YouTube members for monthly support, one-time donations from Super Thanks, and PayPal. Either or any or all are always welcome. But at the end of the day, the best way to support Brian Phillips RC is to buy a helicopter, a parachuter, an airplane, a VTOL, whatever it is we're working on. We want to advance the hobby and keep you in the air and not just watching and living vicariously through Brian Phillips RC. But with that, we understand not everybody is going to get every new RC product, not even we do. So at this point, we understand it's a challenge to pick between this or an L39 or a brand new AT6 or an SNJ5 or a Cobra or an Extra or whatever it happens to be, an Airbus A320 Neo. I mean, there's so many amazing RC offerings that come out all the time. So if you need help sorting through, check out brianphillipsrc.com, also known as, for short links, bprc.me. And you can find the same thing. Also /supplies if you need to find things like China glue or CA, things like this that used to be available at Hobby King and places like that, which I would just order some when I was getting a new airplane, for instance. Well, when you're doing that, make sure you pick up a tube from FMS China Glue, one of my favorite brands, or from Horizon when you're buying receivers, transmitters, stuff like that, or the next bind and fly plane, foam to foam. These are where it's at. These are the China glues that we use. By the way, I already stripped off all the foam that I was using on that rig to hold it to the bottom of the tail boom, because once we figured out the CG was going to be vastly wrong, then I abandoned that. Which, by the way, it's had no problem with the lift. It had tons of power. I could have put I probably do twice as much and have no problem. So no issues with weight, no issues with swing or anything like that. It was quite easy to get back to the ground. Of course, the lighting was terrible because I planned things based on it being easy. Don't know why I did that. So with that, we bid you adieu. Thanks for watching and come back for more. Medic! Medic!
That's not going to do you any good.
Oh my goodness! Oh, he's not broke. How the heck are you not broke?
Well, tall grass. That's all I say.
Guys, look. Here, watch. Dirk, 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 dirk. Hello. I didn't break.
It's like caught on something.
I quite literally did not have enough to release it. Ooh, it's so annoying. So, obviously this will be take one. And there'll be more takes. I can't believe it's not broken. Look. That's unheard of.
It's going to make a great short, though.
Yeah. Watch our parachuter. You can definitely hear it hit.
Yep.
But I can't believe he's not broken.
No.
How the heck is he not broken? He's been drinking again, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's the Bordeaux.
So anyway, thanks to the entire crew. It got a little hectic there at the end. There's this one who's done lots of helping. And then the older one, he helped feverishly, tried to do the things I told him to do. And then this guy, he definitely was trying to jack it and failed because, yeah, I'm definitely in the high rates too. That high rates there versus low rates.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to tell you.
We made our string, we adjusted the string, but then we didn't test it enough, apparently.
Here's the thing. We might need to adjust the string a little bit.
Yeah.
So that it actually does release. So we need to shorten it just a hair. Like we're just a hair too long.
Yeah, literally.
But it's like, guys, that is a very fine line between released and not. So AKA life and death. You know what I really would like to do? And this is what I'm going to do next time. Camera crew, hold this. I'm going to quite literally take that out of his hand and I'm going to put this on the rig. And when he falls, it's going to open. Okay? That's what we're doing. Okay? Because it's going to be like jumping out of a C-130 or something. Let's go, oh no! It's going to pull it automatically. Because there's really, I don't need him to pull the thing. I could care less who pulls it. So we're just going to basically tie that thing onto, we'll save the string for another project or whatever, because we save things like that. And we're going to basically, or we'll just undo it here, and we'll just tie that onto the launch rig.
And then like when he falls,
and then when he falls, it's just going to open the rig. It's just going to pop free.
I mean, if you were at like 900 feet, maybe you wouldn't want it to deploy right away. But for testing purposes...
We just did kind of a high test, right?
Right.
But he's, as you can tell, he's not dead. He's alive and well. So, good job, crew. Didn't let me down. Gravity did. All right, stay tuned.